most common psyops that us young men are facing in today's times. And what do we do about it? Okay, dude, one of the biggest things, and it's a hot topic, every time I make a video on this, people get mad, but a big psyop is believing there's something that's called toxic masculinity. It does not exist, okay? It never has, never will exist. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity, just like there's no such thing as toxic femininity. It doesn't exist, okay? What it really is it's toxic people, okay? By adding masculinity to the end of it, you're just degrading masculinity. It's a psyop, okay? So it should just be changed to just toxic people, okay? Why does this psyop exist? Is because they want us young men who don't have strong father figures or anyone to really look up to in our personal lives. They want us to be scared of being men. They want us to be scared of being masculine, of stepping into our masculinity per se. Why do they want us to fear it and to stay passive? It's because it's the men that stand up and stand for what is right and will die on the truth, okay? It's the men that fight the wars. It's the men that start the revolutions and stuff. That's why there's a war on masculinity. That's why father figures are so far and few in between nowadays. Like the good ones, they're all dying off. They're all weak, passive, submissive men. And it's because they've been psyops to think that being a man is something toxic. No, the world is starving for masculine men. Starving for it, dude. And it's our duty, that's the whole point of my entire content here on this channel and stuff, is to just tell you guys what I'm learning, because I'm learning the hard way. I don't have a strong father figure. My dad's dead. He's been dead since I was a kid, right? Teach myself everything that I currently know and learn the hard way of what actually works and what actually doesn't work, okay? And I'll tell you one thing for sure, you need to be more masculine than ever, okay? And that's the reason why society as well is so like flipped on its head right now in the West, is that because there's a lack of masculinity, what happens is women become more masculine. And then that's just this chaotic relationship and stuff. So many relationships nowadays, the girl is the man in the relationship. Bro, you can't let that happen to you, brother. You cannot allow yourself to stay castrated, okay? So don't believe the psyop that masculinity is toxic. You need to be as masculine as freaking possible, dude. When I started doing everything I knew at the time to be more masculine, dude, I took it to the extreme, and I encourage you to do the same, okay? What do I mean by that, bro? I grew out this big Viking beard, okay? Dude, I freaking looked like Ragnar for a bit. Ragnar from Vikings, because in my head, I'm like, that's masculinity, or a rugged Viking warrior. Dude, I loved every minute of it, okay? And best believe, I'm gonna be growing my beard out again in the future. I'm in the process of growing my hair out again. Best believe, it's gonna be looking, dude, it's gonna be epic, okay? Dude, I missed it. So, although that's superficial masculinity, like external character traits, it's still, you gotta just do everything you can to experience that masculinity. Bring it into your life, man. Go start lifting weights. Start like optimizing your testosterone, right? So you can start growing a beard, okay? Just feel like him. You just gotta feel it, man. And it's not toxic. It's what the world needs more of, okay? Next psyop is that the sun is dangerous. Okay, I gotta be really careful how I word this video because it's probably gonna get shadow banned, but we've been told to fear the sun because it's gonna give us cancer. If you look at the history of sunscreen and seed oils, as the use of sunscreen and the consumption of seed oils has increased, skin cancer has increased. It's just a really weird coincidence, right? There can't be any correlation between that at all, right? I mean, you guys do your own research on that, but the more sun I get and the less seed oils I eat, the better I feel. The better I feel, okay? I just spent an hour in the sun today. I feel vrilled up, okay? I was so vrilled up, right, that some tourist cold approached me, went out of her way to cold approach me on the beach. Obviously, I've got a girlfriend, so I denied and booked it out of there, but still, brother, it's because of the vril, bro. Your energy or your aura, you can sense it, okay? It's real maxing, dude. And I will attest the aura, the vril, a lot of it's from the sun, bro. A lot of it. Because the sun gets your ATP, your mitochondria, all that fancy words, all activated and running, okay? Test goes up, right? Vitamin D, testosterone, your energy, your cells all functioning and firing. Dude, you're good. You're feeling good, right? You're grounding, you're out in nature, beautiful, everything. Dude, being inside, especially when you work a job inside, dude, you start going crazy. You start mentally going nuts, okay? Because you're under blue light all day. You just feel so stressed out. You go out into the sun, relax, bro. It's so nice, bro. It's so nice. And you get a tan, right? It's freaking awesome. And dude, every time I spend hours in the sun, it's like I just shred a few percentage of body fat. Obviously, I don't. That's not how it works. But it's like, because the blood flow is increasing, dude, I look more jacked every time. It's awesome. So, dude, the more sun that I get personally, obviously to an extent, you gotta like gradually increase your exposure, especially if you're in Australia, dude, it's like peak UV all the time. But the more sunlight I get, the better I feel. And that's just anecdotal experience. Next psyop is that high testosterone means aggression, means bad character traits that we see in men. And I believe that's come up and associated with, high testosterone is associated with like aggression and fights and all that, because I would say it's because of like steroids and stuff, because of roid rage, okay? And as I've said in a previous video, I believe that it's actually because your body ups the estrogen because you've just added so much testosterone. Your body likes to be in a state of balance, so it ups the estrogen and your hormones, trying to balance it, and that's where it goes crazy. But high natural testosterone levels, yes, you feel the vril, you feel good, but it's not in a way that you're gonna go out and fight people, okay? It's in a way that you're also more calm, you're more grounded, you're more in control. That's what high testosterone is as a man. It's the emotional men that don't have self-control, that are weak. They're the ones that are actually more high estrogen, I believe. They're actually less testosterone, or their body's not utilizing testosterone properly. It's those men that are like the aggressive ones and stuff. I believe that's the truth. High testosterone in a natural way is actually not aggression, it's calm. It's the calmness, but being able to flip that switch and tap into that aggression when needed, but it's not a baseline of aggression. I hope that makes sense. High testosterone is a very good thing. It's very protective, okay? And then the last psyop I want to quickly go over that us young men face, and this is a bit of a controversial one, but I fully stand on this, is that high body count as a man makes you more of a man. I think that's a psyop. I don't agree with that at all. Yes, I agree that you're more of a man if you're able to, because you're more attractive to women, you're able to actually court a female and actually, be in a relationship with her. But I'm talking about, the red pill ideology of like spinning plates, having sex with as many girls as possible and just, pump and dump. That whole mentality, being a man slut, basically. Dude, I think that's a psyop. And a lot of guys are not gonna like to hear this, but it's a psyop. Because at the end of that road, you're gonna be so empty, so unfulfilled, so disillusioned, and just psychotic, bro. Like, that's not healthy. You're using other people's bodies to essentially masturbate, bro. Animals do that, okay? Are you no better than an animal? Do you not have, control over yourself? You're gonna have no fulfillment. It's not good. It's not healthy at all, okay? And I know it's hard to really agree with that as a young man. Your vril is up because you're a young man, right? The hormones are up. It's so easy to actually be high testosterone. You just get a bit of sunlight and it's like, whoa, I feel really good, right? You start eating a bit better, you feel good. Lifting weights, you feel good. You just want to, go out there and conquer. And that is the thing that you will feel. You feel that pull to just go out and sleep with as many girls as possible. But you need to be in control of that, okay? Because the end of that road is not a place that you're going to like, okay? Not that I have a high body count, but willingly choosing to not have a high body count is actually, it's easier said than done. But just keeping it low so that you have one girl that becomes your girlfriend and you seek to marry and have a family with, that life there is going to be so much better, so much more fulfilling than chasing girls on, like, you know, going to clubs, sleeping with as many girls as possible, any holes a goal mentality. The lifestyle of like tradition is going to be so much better. And it's a bit odd in this position for me to say that because I don't have that family yet. I haven't gone through all of that yet. But like, I'm in the process of dating to marry my current girlfriend, right? So that's the path I'm taking. It's actually a harder path. I would honestly say it'll be easier to go out and just sleep with a whole bunch of girls. That's easy. Maybe that's just my own anecdotal experience that I would perceive it to be easy. But you gotta say no to that, man. It's a psyop. It's gonna destroy your soul as a man, dude. It's just not the way. It's not the way at all. You need to be able to spot red flags and be able to just turn girls away. Dude, when I went through my little dating spree to find my current girlfriend, you actually have to go find her, okay? And you'll go on you go on a bunch of dates, and then you'll think it's going well, then a red flag pops up. If you do not say no as soon as that red flag pops up and you do not get out of there, brother, you're in for some deep hurt, okay? And that's coming from experience, okay? Red flag comes up, do not allow that boundary to be crossed. Next, okay? Next. I'm just trying to save you from a world of hurt in that regard. But yeah, that's some common psyops that we're facing as young men. So basically, a quick recap: masculinity is not toxic. You need to be more masculine than ever. The sun is actually good as long as you're not eating processed seed oil junk and you're gradually, you know, increasing your exposure. And that high testosterone is a bad thing. It's not at all if you do it naturally. And then having a high body count making you more of a man is just not true. You need to, honestly, the best way to go about it is just pick one girl, stick to her. It's going to take a little while to find her, but when you find her, stick with her, and freaking, I think, bro, go out, have a family. That's the way to go, man. So with all being said, man, stay sharp, stay aware of all of this stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.